Speedrun here, and in this tutorial you will learn how to create this, your own custom level up design. Let's get started. In this tutorial you need to find an animation or create one. So have download this from this website. I will leave in the description. You can find so many cool stuff here. Imagine a level up like this. Looks so. This one also really amazing. Now you guys can create it after watching this. Let's get started by downloading the animation that you like in a GIF format. After that, you can drag your GIF to the Photoshop right here. Close this. And the GIF is right here. You can see that already separated in layers. So you can, if you want to adjust, for example, I want this to be lower, then you can create a layer here. And you can make it dark. Okay, everything that's dark will read as transparent, so we need that black background. Now we have what we need, and we can save Ctrl+S and save frame by frame in PNG format. I have done them already here. What I'm gonna do next, close this GIF, and let's go to our next step, which is convert to 8-bit. You can see now the file have 151 KB and is not 8-bit yet. What we need to do is drag and go image mode text color. Right after, we need to change this to local respectRO. Now the colors are 26 and this is an 8-bit format. If there are too many colors, this might not work, but here we have just a few shades of blue and it looks good. Now what I have to do is Ctrl+S, and there are already BMP, okay, and I just replace the file and say yes. Now I will do this every other file. You can see now I have the option of it here, which is perfect, and that's what the game needs to work well. Now we can bring our second animation. This was, I named it Speedrun Up 01, and now I'm going here to second. I'll keep repeating this. I'll repeat the same process to the other ones. You can notice now that the file are 63 KB and the other ones are 251. Now I will speed up the video a little bit and finish this one. Just close Photoshop. You can see 63 KB, every single one. Make sure you don't miss. And they are good, good, perfect. Now we also don't need the GIF. Okay, next step, we need the program called Str Editor. It's made by Tokei, and I'll leave the download in the description below. Okay. Now we need to launch this program. We can create now our frames, and to do that you press Ctrl N. The layer 1 I want to start here, and what I'm gonna do is to drag the first one here. Okay, now I want to adjust this. So there are a few things to do here. You can either pick the vertices here and move just like that, and you can see the numbers change in different places. If I move around, the numbers change up here. Okay, so I can also hold Ctrl and Alt to scale up and down. I can hold Shift to in, but I want to leave its default position. Okay, and now drag it up. When I drag up, I can see the numbers are changing on the right side. But we are looking into this. And here I want to leave at -80. This is about testing. However, I believe about this area will look good. This is our first frame. I can Ctrl C here. And let's say about here, let me drag this window, make full screen. About this frame right here, I will first I Ctrl V. About this frame, I Ctrl V. Now we have animation, okay? And what I want to do is hold on the first frame, I'll hold Ctrl and Shift and make it slightly bigger or slightly smaller. Okay, so you can see that's a little bit difference in between them. What I'm gonna do next is right click somewhere in this space between the keyframes and call the interpolate or Ctrl L, Ctrl Y, right here. And what's gonna happen now, it's going to have a slight animation between the keyframes. What I'm gonna do next is I want the color here to be slightly transparent. Remove the opacity. Okay, so it's gonna get a little transparent. And what I'm gonna do next is copy this keyframe, paste, and in this one, suddenly disappear completely. Okay, so this is what happened first. And what we can do now is to save the file and make sure we are in a good position if something happens. Okay, so I am in this folder. I will paste here, and I call this Angel. I'll tell you why in a moment. So Angel str. Okay, now we can see that we created this file. Next, we return to our editor. and create a new keyframe down here. Let's say about here would be nice. So Control N, or you can right click and new key, Control N. Now, what I'm gonna do is to bring my second animation. This field where it says texture, same as we've done before. And here I put 8, and then I put minus 8. Okay, let's start with transparency. Here you can just be creative. So a transparency, you can see now we have a small transparency, and this is what happened. Okay, new frame come in. Let's even make more transparent. I like to keep it at exactly 10. Now I copy and paste, and let's make 35. Now I copy and paste about here, or even more further, about this area. But I want this to become about here, a little bit without opacity actually. This is what's happening. Switch, and then no opacity. So let's give interpolate. So now again, some coloring during the frame. Okay. If you run the animation, this is what happens. Okay. So now here, I want to make smaller, a little bit, and here a little bit as well. So have some, and here back to transparency. Let's give another interpolate until it's gone. I always like to finish the animation with complete transparency. Perfect. The animation in the game runs so fast. That's why I'm leaving a long frame distance. 60 frames per second, as you can see. These are our first two layers. Now we are going to create our third layer. Let's Control N. And here we can add the next animation. And we need to do just like before, drag and drop. This file will be available to download for free. You guys can add on your server if you like. It's a custom level up design. And by the way, 75% of you guys are not subscribed. Please subscribe to my YouTube. I'm always bringing cool contents like this. Here we have this. What we can do, we can play around. So let me copy this frame. Let me actually paste it here. And here I'll make variant here. Here I'll make about that. And in between this, make them all completely. It's like gives effect, like a standard effect. then explodes. Now I can Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Now I make a little bit smaller and interpolate. And transparency. Cool. If you need more keyframes at the end, you can adjust here. Now we have 120. And let's see if we can work just undercut. The sound happens about 60 frames. Like this. Let's copy one more to make full rest. Now we need more layers. You can click here and insert below. Or we can just duplicate. Let's insert. Oh, I see. So let's insert below. And now we have a new layer below. Okay. Cool. Let's add another keyframe about here. And bring our fourth image. Then -80. Great. And now we Ctrl V. Currency. Ctrl V. Currency. Now we can just add a few more. And copy the first one and add here. Add about. Now we bring transparency down. And interpolate. Let's see how it looks. That's cool. Like that. Now we create a new frame here. Insert below. And let's go with our next one about here. So new. New. I guess you guys got the point of this. But I want to finish. Have some fun with it. Okay. What's wrong here? It looks good. The problem now. This is our. Okay. Let's copy the first key and just paste it here. We should have done -80. -8. Okay. So we can simply make this a bit smaller and interpolate. Have some movement. Okay. I could even drag this upper a bit. I need testing game later. Okay. Thing is okay like this. Let's create a new. Oh, we forgot the transparency or opacity. While here, like this, and add here, and maybe in between we can actually make brighter. It's like flickering. See that? That's a cool animation. Let's add a new layer below. Third below. We have 5 more to go. Let's try to do it. Create a keyframe. So Control new about here. Let's drag and drop animation and go -80. Okay. We can Control C. Oops. C and Control. Okay. Let's do like before, makes it a little bit smaller. After making smaller, can interpolate. Okay, this one looks nice. The animation is finishing. Okay. It runs at 60 frames per second, which means it's really fast. I should do it here. It's good like this. Let's just move the opacity. Here the opacity should be higher. Let's do that. Control N, and here we bring the opacity higher again. Gives a cool animation. Okay. Let's go and search below. We're almost there. We have 7, 8, 9, and 10. Control N. Okay. Let's first add our EMP right here. Plus 8. Control C the first frame, Control on the last frame. Stays in place. This one maybe we make a little bit bigger instead. And then interpolate. It goes down. Let's add our width opacity. But about here, I want it to be about here. Add a new keyframe about here. Needs to be more opacity. Hey, we're almost there. Start below. I just did we move the frames? Okay. Now start below. Looking good so far. About here, let's start a new keyframe. Bring our 8 inch. You remember the -80, or you need to check according to yours. Let's create a new keyframe about here. Here is going to be a bit faster. Okay, interpolate. Something happened here. Let's copy. Let me delete this key. What happened there? Now happens this explosion. Let's add our transparency. New, fully transparent. Here we create a new layer. Start below. Let's bring this one. We need to create a keyframe first. New. Here. Safety. And new. Control V. Okay. Here, going to make it here. Only bigger, but a bit higher. Let's try 890. 90. And we offset a little bit. And here we circle. Cool. I'll copy this and paste again, and then copy this and paste. Okay, that looks cool. Our last keyframe. Let's start below. Control New. Here we simply let's finish on the very last. Bring our last animation. Remember the minus 80. This control. And here I will just add some fully transparent frames here. Here. Cool. I've done this cool animation. You can visualize in game right now. First, save it. After we save, we need a GRF or just adding your data. Here we go. We need to create a new folder called data, right? And then under data, we need to create a new folder called texture and a new folder called effect. Under this, I'll add my Angel str file as well. All this. Okay. When I click, you can see it finds. So I save this first. Now you can see the animation is looking for these files that I made. Perfect. The Angel str. You cannot see the animation here. But if now that I saved, you can see that it's here. And I go back to our client folder, paste it, and I open data.exe. You can see that I have the same GRF at the top above data GRF. Okay. Now I will launch the server and check it on the game for just a moment. Okay, we are back and we can test now our level up at LV up 1. And that's our animation. Let's try on a darker background. That's cool. One more amazing tutorial for you guys. Thank you, Tokei, for creating that application. I see some fog here. Now we have this incredible animation for level up. You can download this file on Retina soon. I'll be uploading and hope you enjoy this tutorial once again. Peace.